after Pulwama, India had taken action in Balakot, and that was followed by Pakistan's operation, which it called Swift Retort in India, and as a result of which an Indian pilot, Abhinandan, Abhinandan was captured. He fell in Pakistan and he was captured. So what I've tried to do is present an account of the coercive diplomacy that took place after that to get the pilot back. And there was a very credible threat of force of the use of 9 missiles, and I've given an account of how that played out in Pakistan, that Pakistan had this credible threat which was amplified to them through various means, directly and also through other diplomats of other countries, and as a result of which Pakistan made the choice of returning the pilot, not wanting to escalate that conflict, and being assured that if the pilot was not returned, there would be huge consequences. Trying to de-escalate the situation, the Prime Minister of Pakistan attempted to call the Prime Minister of India. And the point also here is that the Prime Minister of Pakistan was then felt obliged to take a decision, because the threat of force was very credible, to return the pilot in order not to escalate the situation.
Were we very close to taking an action?
Well, you know, the thing about coercive diplomacy is that the threat of force should be credible, which means that not just the adversary, but you should believe yourself that you are going to use it. Now, whether or not it would have been used is a question that can be debated, but the point is that the use of force to get an outcome was successfully done by India.
What message to you from the Prime Minister here, or the leadership here?
Well, I was at that point in India. Right after the Pulwama attack, I came to India, so I was part of the team in India which was monitoring the situation and dealing with it. So the message, I think, that was going to Pakistan at that point was very clear, that India was going to escalate the situation in case the pilot was not returned.
You also mentioned that, in fact, ISI has tipped off India of an attack. This is very unheard of earlier in the past. Can you just throw some light on this?
Well, you know, a lot of things happen which don't come into the public domain between intelligence agencies, so it's not that it's never happened in the past. But what was unusual in the episode I mentioned in my book is that it was escalated to a sort of political level by raising it at the level of the Indian High Commissioner. And that meant that there was a special consideration in making a point to India that Pakistan was giving an intelligence tip-off and wanted India to know that it was giving that tip-off. So I thought that was certainly significant.
When you said that there was a call, there was an attempted call by the Imran Khan, was this episode mentioned by Prime Minister Modi in some of his speeches? Was that the Qatl ki Raat he was referring to?
Yes, the Prime Minister did mention this in his campaign speech. He was talking and he did refer to this episode. But Imran Khan also referred to this episode in his own speech in Parliament, that he had made an attempt to talk to the Indian Prime Minister. And apart from that, there was a conversation in Pakistan's Parliament also, which has been reported by Pakistan's an MP. He mentioned that both Foreign Minister Qureshi and the Army Chief Bajwa came to brief the MPs and said there's a serious danger of the crisis escalating and India taking hard action, and therefore we should return the pilot. Article 370 was something that took Pakistan by surprise. They hadn't really expected this to happen. And I think it was a symptom of India saying that our Kashmir policy is separate from our Pakistan policy, which is foreign policy, and this is an internal adjustment that we are doing, which Pakistan has no locus standi in it. And Pakistan wanted to react to it, but its options were very limited because it could not at that point use hard power. There was a strong power differential between the countries. So what they thought was the easiest option was to ask the High Commissioner to leave, and therefore I was asked to leave. But that was simply, in a sense, a lazy option that you have to express anger somehow. So you do it by asking the Indian head of mission to leave, but that was not something that Pakistan could seriously think about and consider and have a policy on how to deal with.